Did you guys hear about the deal with Netflix and Disney?
Yeah,
Yes.
like direct rights, isn't it?
Yep. So there's going to be no like Avengers movies or Star Wars movies on HBO or any of that stuff.
Oh, really? It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
oh,
yeah it'll be on pay per view, but it won't be on any like movie channel or
so it's
cable
Yeah.
channel.
exclusive.
It's an
Exclusive,
exclusive
yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Oh,
So Star Wars, what? Oh, anything Disney, right?
Anything Disney.
do you
Yeah.
know the release time? Like how
Uh,
long before they put it on Netflix?
I don't know.
Because they're they've been sticking to a 3 month release. I think it is for like home movie versions.
So probably it'll probably be like 4 months. So go on home movie first, and then
Yeah, so like they've been sticking to 3 months for like after a movie comes out in the theater, within 3 months it's like on Blu-ray or digital download.
so
And
so maybe 5 months,
yeah.
2 months on
No,
for
it's too
sale, and
far.
then
Yeah, that's nice. I mean, most people here have Netflix. My mom has HBO as well. She has satellite TV.
Nice.
well, I'm probably gonna get rid of my HBO then and all that stuff.
I don't have HBO. Like it's useless to get it just for HBO. Like if you have these satellite packages here for,
Okay.
it's usually for people that don't live really in a super residential area,
Okay.
because there's oftentimes no cable.
Gotcha.
Um, so yeah, my mom lives in the middle of fucking nowhere, and yeah, so she has satellite TV, so she has all like crazy channels from all over the world.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Hey,
can't understand most of them.
Kindergarten Cop 2 is on Netflix.
Oh wow! I saw
Yeah.
that. Did you watch it yet?
Not yet. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
I kind of want to watch it myself, man. Yeah. And Bill, you know what was funny was I was just talking about Bill Bellamy, and then all of a sudden he shows up. I'm like, what? Speak of the devil. And he
Bill
shows
Bellamy.
up. I haven't seen that guy since MTV or that one. What was it, Players Club or one of those movies he was in?
Players Club. Yep.
Was it Players Club? Okay, I know it was one of those old like Ice Cube movies.
It was Players Club.
Let's see. Yeah. All right, we broadcasting live. Live and direct.
We're live.
We're live and direct.
All right. Go post the link so we can.
Oh, a
spam
link.
it.
Sure. I can't tell if this is Brando from right here or from earlier. There's like a comment. It's like, it's fantastic. Played it since release. So I'm going to assume that was last week when we were talking about DC Online. Did you ever play that, dude?
I play. I
Oh.
played it on PS4. Yeah.
I tried downloading it the other night, but it was taking forever, so I just gave up on it.
Oh,
It
I
was.
played
It's one of
that
those.
for a bit
It's one of those free games, and then you have to pay for like.
to unlock certain things.
Yeah, I figured.
It's all right, but like if you don't pay for it, it's kind of useless. It's like the Star Wars. What's it? The Old Republic.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that works in the same way. I like one of my friends is like every now and then he pulls me back in, so he's like come on, just play for a while, and then I subscribe, and then like a month after it's like nah, I don't want to anymore. It's a great game, don't get me wrong. It's just
Yeah.
after a month you've sort of seen it.
Gotcha.
After a month, they're about it done. Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah, there's only so many people you can choke out.
All right, can I get like a mic check from you guys?
Check, 1, 2.
check. 3, 4.
Syphilis.
Okay. I think we're good then. Seems like everything's going out pretty loud. So, yeah. I guess we can just jump into it.
Cool.
So, Boom. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Saturday Morning Nerds. If you're watching this live, you're like, hey, it's Thursday night. What's going on with you guys? Well, we're all pretty busy this weekend, so we figured we'd knock it out tonight and have it for you guys on Saturday morning. So if you're not here with us live, then I guess we're talking to you guys in the future. So we hope you're enjoying your Saturday. I'm Jake Lionheart, and I'm here with the coolest nerds you will ever find on a Saturday morning. All the way live from Texas, we've got Baron Von Comics. How's it going, Eric?
It's Saturday. What are you talking about?
It is Saturday. I do the Jedi thing. This is not the droids you're looking for. And all the way live from the Netherlands, the safest place because they're closing down prisons. Nick V, how's it going, man?
Hey, good morning.
So I'm the one that looks like a fool. I'm like, it's Thursday night. You're gonna no, Jake's sauced up.
It's actually like it's 5:45, so it's
It's
15
Saturday
minutes.
morning.
It's true.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we're from the future.
We're from the future.
From the future.
It's May 28th, everyone. Happy May 28th.
Yep. So, man, Wednesday was an interesting day for comics, along with other interesting comic-related stuff that happened this week. So, I guess you guys want to jump into some news topics, some TV shows before we talk about the big DC rebirth and Captain America.
Yeah, I figured we'll talk about at least the shows that have quit or quit.
Quit.
That have been like
They've quit.
at season finales.
They're like, I'm done.
I'm done.
Like this week, we've seen the finale of Arrow, Flash, and last week was Agents of Shield. The only show, like comic book show that's currently running is Preacher that just started.
Just started,
So I figured
yeah.
We'll just
And
talk
it's only
about
one
this.
episode in.
Yeah, but so far it's better than the other ones.
Oh.
Yes. I don't know.
Yeah. So first of all, you guys actually watched the Arrow season at all?
I've seen all three of them.
Okay, you've seen all of them. So what did you think about the Arrow season finale?
I couldn't have cared less about the Arrow season finale. But you can edit and chop out. I couldn't care less about this whole season of Arrow.
Yeah,
was really
exactly.
It was really kind of just blah.
This was like they haven't had a good season since like Deathstroke was in it.
Season 2, which
Yeah.
is where I cut out.
Yeah, like it's true. Every season after that has sort of been like, meh. Like the crossover episodes are always nice because the Flash
Yeah.
is awesome, but yeah, that's about it. Like, yeah, I don't even know if I'm gonna go back to watching it.
Yeesh.
I'll probably go back. I'll probably go back to watching it just because, that's not true. Tuesday they're gonna have SmackDown Live now. WWE
Ooh.
SmackDown Live, so I'm not even gonna watch Arrow anymore. I'll probably watch it. I'll probably watch it on Hulu like later in the week, but I kind of want to just keep on top of it because Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, and Flash.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be kind of, if they intertwine and stuff. But other than that, I'm not, I have no, outside of that reasoning, I have no reason to watch that show anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't followed it since season 2, which is kind of sad because I think what's his name is a really good Oliver Queen. Like I think he does a really good job. It's just everything else around the show kind of was like, eh. Like I don't know. Even like the guy that plays Dig is a pretty cool guy and a good actor, but
It has nothing to do with the acting. It has everything to do with no storytelling.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the plot line and story arc is just not really enticing to keep you there.
And the
Yeah.
flashbacks like make less sense every time, and
Yeah.
they're worse every year. This year,
Yeah.
the flashbacks was the worst.
It's just like
Oh,
how
wow.
many
Like-
flashbacks can he have? Like
Well, once every at least 3 per episode. So 3 per episode every episode.
I don't know. Like it made sense for maybe like the first and second season, but like I don't feel like you need to do any more flashbacks after that. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's their sort of gimmick that they went with in the start, and they're, trying to keep to it, and it doesn't work at all. Like the flashback stories are not interesting whatsoever.
I think we lost your audio, Eric. Like you're talking, but I can't
Hello?
hear you.
Yeah.
I can't tell if you're
He's-
trolling us now.
Is he being a mime or? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, there he
Oh,
is.
wow.
All right.
There we go.
I was trying to say that the only episode that I enjoyed watching was the Constantine episode.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that one. I missed
crossover
that one.
episodes.
How was that one?
So it was awesome because
Was it?
Constantine is awesome.
Dude, I missed that show. I actually really enjoyed it. But I figured it wouldn't survive because it's another paranormal show coming after, what was that other show? The Grimm?
Supernatural.
Well, no, but it was
Grimm,
like
yeah.
immediately after
Oh.
Grimm. So it's
It
like,
was after Grimm.
yeah, so,
Yeah, but Grimm was horrible.
but it's still on, isn't it?
Oh, probably is.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, Grimm has been going for so long. Then you're gonna have another Supernatural show. That everybody's gonna be like, "Well, let's watch Supernatural. It's in the title. So why am I gonna watch Constantine?"
Supernatural's good. It had a season finale as well, by the way.
It would be great if he was on Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Constantine.
Yeah, that would actually be better. Because Legend of Tomorrow is also horrible.
I don't think it's horrible. It's okay. It's not the best, but
Yeah. Let's talk about the one good show that the CW
that everybody loves.
does. The Flash. Because you've all watched The Flash, right?
Yeah, I'm not caught up though. That's the bad thing with me.
Really? Not oh my
With the show,
God.
no, I've been since like even with Agents of Shield, like since that Watch Dogs episode. So I don't know how many weeks ago that was. That's kind of like my cutoff for everybody else's show because I just had not had time to catch up on any TV.
here I'll give you a quick synopsis of Agents of Shield. You wasted your time watching it up to Watchdog, and it's a waste of time watching it after. So don't even bother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so and I don't even
That
remember what
was-
episode I was on Flash, to be honest with you. That's how long it's been since I seen Flash this season.
Yeah, Flash is honestly the best of those shows.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
You know-
the most fun. It's the best cast. It's the best acting, best storytelling, just the best by.
Well,
Yeah.
I also enjoy Supergirl. I enjoyed Supergirl this season.
Yeah. It was a bit rough at the start, and every now and then they put a line of dialogue in there that just makes my head just cringe in a way that I hope that it comes back from the shape that it's in.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's a good show.
It's in its first year. It's getting its legging. So that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to Flash. I enjoy Flash so much, and I think Grant Gustin should be the Flash in the DC universe. But
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a really good actor as well.
really good actor.
Yeah, he's also like a fun guy. Like, normally there's always these serious actors, but you can see that he's having fun while doing this.
Oh, so he's a fun guy. No, not in the DC universe. That's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's too fun.
That is
The
pretty much it.
sarcastic,
And the
quippy
Flash has
guy?
always sort of been the light spot of the Justice League. The goof guy.
The goofball. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like back pre Green Lantern with what's his name, Deadpool? Ryan Reynolds. I would have thought Ryan Reynolds would have been a better Flash back when they were making
Oh, yeah.
Green Lantern, because he's just kind of more lighthearted and silly. But
He would have been a good Wally West.
yeah,
Oh yeah, definitely. Probably better Wally than Barry. Yeah.
yeah. I see that to me would have been cool, but like I don't know, they did what they did with Green Lantern. But yeah, I agree with you, man. This guy is good. Like when they were talking about like Batman versus Superman and all that stuff, I was like, oh, they're just gonna at the end they're gonna have that secret scene where it's like just on like the CW where here comes Oliver Queen and Gustafson, and they're like, "Hey, guess what, guys? We've already crossed over, so we're gonna cross over with you guys."
We know each other.
Yeah, this is my
We don't
friend
work-
Flash. Yeah,
The Berlanti verse is so much better.
He murders people, but I don't. 'cause I'm the
yeah,
Flash.
exactly. I run fast. He murders people.
I just fight giant sharks and gorillas.
Exactly. Street sharks. That's right. Oh yeah, the street sharks on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, killer shark. What they're setting up for the finale, though, in Flash now, they're setting up Flashpoint.
They're setting up Flashpoint. It's pretty cool to actually see a real life version of Flashpoint happening.
Yeah,
It's, but you know what? That's part of the. This part of what angers me about Arrow is that, all this time stuff is happening and it's just not affecting Arrow, and it really should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would think it should be. Yeah.
Well, I have a theory about why they're like doing Flashpoint, and it involves Supergirl.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, to bring
'Cause
her
I
into
think
their
that's the way they're bringing her in.
to the CW. Yeah,
And it makes sense.
Yeah.
and it works. And they're getting rid of Callista Flockhart, right?
Like Calista Flockhart.
But aren't they getting rid of her?
I think she's going to be not a season regular anymore.
Oh, okay. She's just gonna come on.
Well, she is
Couple
in the
shows.
in the Supergirl show probably.
She is, but she's not going to be a season regular. I think she's going to be
Guest star now,
kind
right?
of. Guess yeah.
Yeah, she'll be in like episode 3, 7, and like 9 or something like that.
And the season finale. That's
Yeah.
it.
Every now and then they'll have a little scene in a unisex bathroom.
And a dancing baby.
See, that was an Ally McBeal reference.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the dancing baby. We got it, man.
Jake just said it faster than I did.
You're like, that stupid baby.
Ooga chaka.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I
Ooga
couldn't remember the
chaka,
song.
Ooga ooga. I can't stop that feeling.
And then Star Lord comes out too.
Coming in song.
So,
What was that, Nick?
I was just wondering if David Hasselhoff was gonna come as well. 'Cause-
He's in everything. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, dude.
well, no, because David Hasselhoff had a big hit in Germany with that song.
Oh, he's
That's right. Yeah, he did, huh? He's huge in Germany, though, isn't he?
Nah, well,
Well, he was for a
if he ever
while.
releases like an album, yeah, he is for a while.
Yeah, I can bet you there's a lot of Germans that love that Nick Fury movie he did.
hell yeah.
There's like, it's the Hasselhoff.
It's the Hoff.
I remember back when I was like a little kid. We used to watch German TV as well because really back then, like when I was 7, 8, we didn't have that many TV channels because there wasn't any cable yet and stuff. So we used to watch Knight Rider in German,
Yeah.
and it was fun because it was actually him doing the voice, but like a dubbed German voice
Over
his
himself.
own American accent, which is fun.
That is
That's
the best.
amazing.
It's pretty cool. So, how about you guys break down Preacher for me since I missed it? I missed all TV this week, but I'm interested in it because I've heard both ends of the story where people were like, "This is awesome," and it's what we're expecting, and maybe it's not exactly the way the comic was, but it's like this kind of cool prelude or what feels like a prelude to the start of the comic book series. And then I've heard like people that completely hated it and got into like Twitter wars with their fans about how they can't stand it. Well, not Twitter wars. The one guy I'm thinking of actually was really nice about it, but his fans kept on saying like, "Why don't you love it? You should love it. You're a comic book guy." And he was just like, "Hey, to each his own." But yeah. So I'm curious what your guys' opinions are on what Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Goldberg, okay, like the Mighty Ducks. Goldberg came up with.
Yeah, because they've been working together in all sorts of projects.
Oh yeah, they've been together since like Superbad. So
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They're like a team since they were, kids in high school. Because that's when they started writing things.
They also worked on I forgot.
was it
Yeah.
Pineapple Express?
Yeah.
50-50.
Did they do Dictator? Or was that what it was called? Dictator? Or...
The Dictator.
Oh,
Yep.
The Dictator.
Franco movie, yeah, probably as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So those guys are pretty. I think they're funny comedy team, writers and directors and stuff. But
They're good. They're, as directors as well.
So then, how did that translate to The Preacher?
Well, I really liked it. It's different than the comic in a lot of ways. But they sort of kept true to the characters at least.
Okay.
And because, a lot of origins are different in this than in the comics. But in general, the vibe is sort of the same. And yeah, it's well put, they put it well together.
Nice.
It makes sense. And the story's pretty compelling so far.
I like to compare it to this. It looks like coffee. It smells like coffee. It tastes like coffee, but it's not Starbucks. You know,
It's not the quality stuff then.
yeah.
Like it'll help you get through the work grind, but it's not necessarily.
Not even the quality.
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah, I know
okay.
exactly what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, it has all the elements, so it should be the same, but it's, slightly different.
Slightly different,
Gotcha.
exactly.
Dang, that's a really good analogy. Yeah. So it smells like it, tastes like it, looks like it, but it's not the brand you like.
Yeah,
Or
I
the
don't
brand
drink
you
coffee,
expect.
so I wouldn't know, but yeah, I guess that would be a good analogy of it. The characters are really funny though. The tulip scene with the helicopter coming in and her building a bazooka.
Wow. Do I get a second call going on? What's going on?
Fun.
Well, that was fun.
There, Jake's back.
That was fun. So did I drop or did everything drop?
What the hell? Oh, did everyone just drop?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
You dropped.
Who dropped?
I can hear both of you.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't hear Nick if he's talking.
Nick's not on the line.
Oh, okay. So he disappeared then.
Hello?
Oh, there he
There
is.
he is. Can you see me?
I think my Skype
No.
is crashing.
Your computer's crashing?
No, just my Skype for some reason.
Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. Accept.
You can still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'll just keep it as is. It's working, so it's fine.
Can you see me, Jake?
Yeah, I got you back on now. That's weird that it does that because it's like, do you accept? And I'm like, yeah, the whole point of me clicking the camera is to see him. So why do I have to say accept again?
I'd have to say accept again.
Yeah.
Skype is a big pile of poo.
So,
But yeah, we were talking about Preacher.
yeah, she made a bazooka like MacGyver, and I was like,
Yeah.
what's that about?
She's basically being chased by these people, and like she goes to this like house where just a couple of kids in there. The parents are gone or whatever, and she's like, "Okay, kids, like let's go do some art and crafts." And then she builds a bazooka, and then she shoots down like an attack helicopter coming down to kill her. Like, it makes no sense whatsoever, but it's like awesomely shot. Like, it's done in these really quick shots that makes you think like it's just, done really quick.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun.
The show is put together very nicely.
Oh.
Yeah.
We lost
Right,
you again,
lost out
dude.
again.
Yeah, your audio cut out again, dude. You know what's funny? Yeah, it's like your audio cut out. Oh my gosh, it did it again. Hello? Oh my gosh, what is up tonight? Hello? What is... Nick V was unable to join this call as they need to update Skype first. Nick says you need to update Skype. I'm just gonna, if you're watching the, I'm the only one here. Hi, me in the future, Jake. Why don't you go ahead and stop streaming and edit this out? All right, I'll do that. You know, I was just gonna say the funny thing is, like, even with that like tint that they put over it, it still looks okay. So joke's on you, Skype.
It'll go darker every couple of minutes, I'm guessing.
Oh, will it? Oh, that
Of
was
course not.
Oh, I hope it doesn't, because it actually looks okay. It don't look too bad. But okay, so Tulip was trying to blow up this house for the third time, or helicopter.
Yeah, well, they just really cut to it, and it's basically the story of how she got to the town where
Gotcha.
Jesse is.
Gotcha, Jesse.
Yeah.
So then, at this point, he doesn't have his powers yet.
He gets it at the end.
Yeah,
at the end of the episode.
At the end of the episode.
Okay.
At the start of the episode, it comes to a couple of different preachers. It comes to this preacher
I've
in
heard about
Africa.
this. Yes. I've heard of this.
It comes to the preacher in Africa. He's saying something, and at one point he's like, "Be quiet," and he's like, "Oh," and then he explodes all over the place.
Yes, I've heard this lovely scene. So it goes to the different religions, right?
Yeah, it goes to Tom Cruise.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say. Tom Cruise's head blows up, right?
Yeah, there's a TV in the bar in the background. It's on, and then it shows Tom Cruise exploding at Scientology conference or something.
That's funny.
And then
it was really him, though, right?
You don't really see it.
Oh, okay. I thought it was really him. I'm like, that dude's actually a pretty, a trooper about it, that he would let them blow up his head on a show like that.
I doubt that it was really him, seeing that they're, blowing him up at a Scientology conference.
Yeah, I don't think he was cool with that.
Yeah. That would be cool if he was cool like that, though.
It would be cool.
Yeah, it would be, but he's not.
He's not.
Just maybe his buddies
crazy.
from Tropic Thunder could pull some you know what I mean, some strings and get him to do it. But okay.
He's crazy.
Yeah. They go to
Excuse me.
One is a crime scene where there's police, and it's somewhere in Russia where some Russian priest exploded as well.
Oh wow.
They're interviewing some people, and they're just all in shock, he's exploding all over us. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So he gets the powers at the end of the episode.
Okay. So what do you guys think? You guys are gonna follow it all the way through, or gonna?
Oh, definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
I already bought the Apple Season Pass for it.
So you're stuck with it whether you want to or not.
Well, I liked it, and I could DVR it, but it's nice to watch a commercial for it.
Yeah.
That's why I like to watch things now. Let's just watch a commercial for it.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's cool. So I'm definitely want to check it out now, because I didn't have the opportunity to, and man, I really dug your analogy with the coffee, because it's I feel like I can go in with a fresh perspective instead of going in like a comic book snob, this isn't like the book at all. I can actually go in and be enjoying it. I don't know.
Yeah.
That way I'm
Yeah,
not
you
judging
shouldn't
it
go
based
in
on
that way.
Yeah.
Honestly, any TV show, you shouldn't really go in that way, or any movie, because it's never going to be the same as a comic book. Because
Right.
comic books aren't made in a way that they could literally be translated into movies or TV shows.
Mm.
That's just not how they're made. but this is a very good adaptation, at least.
Yeah.
It's very good. Yeah.
We were talking before it all went down, like the Skype call.
Yeah.
We were talking about Arseface, and
Arseface.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
comics, there's like these sounds, all like the slurping sound that he does and the wheezing while breathing.
Mhm.
And then the scene came up where he's talking to Jesse, and he makes all those sounds exactly like I imagined them
Oh,
for years.
really?
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that was mind blowing to me. Like those kind of things, and Cassidy being just like complete a complete mental case was
Well,
just
I love-
awesome.
You'll love Cassidy.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to it now. That sounds cool.
The acting in this is great. Everything you want about a good TV show that it has. It's
Yeah.
the way it's shot, the way it was directed. The first episode was directed by Evan Goldberg. It was really good. I enjoyed it, even though it wasn't the book.
Yeah.
Right.
I enjoy the book for the book, and I enjoy the show for the show.
Very cool. That's pretty cool. Looking forward to that now. So, what else did we miss this week? Did we miss anything? Oh, I guess X-Men's coming out.
Uh,
Yeah. Eric has seen the X-Men, so he's gonna do a quick review for us because
Yeah.
I don't know about Jake, but I'm definitely not going to pay
I'm-
money to see that.
I'm not interested in. If anything, I will go to like the Ghetto Plex and maybe watch it for $5 on like Monday or something.
it's a matinee movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
dude.
for 1 second though. I now need to know what a ghettoplex is.
Ghetto Plex. It's imagine a Cineplex, if you would.
Like a cinema.
Yes, a cinema.
It's a 5-finger discount cinema.
It's pretty bad, man. It's like just a cinema in a place that is no place for a cinema. They actually they gutted out some old like supermarket and tried to put in some big screens, and popcorn is like ridiculously cheap. And yeah,
That
it's
sounds good.
it's not bad, but it is very ghetto these neighborhoods. So yeah,
instead of 3D glasses, you get bulletproof vests.
pretty much, yeah. And they give you neutral colors to wear so you don't get shot.
Everything is gray.
Yeah, everything's great. Neutral colors. Nobody gets hurt. But you can't beat the prices. I mean, watching X-Men for $5 on Memorial Day is pretty good for a movie theater.
That sounds like a theater we used to have here in the city as well.
I
Like-
would say that's too much money for X-Men.
$5 is too much.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that definitely seems like too much from what I've seen so far in the trailers. But no, I mean, we have like a giant like multiplex cinema thing where it's like, you know, they have 10 huge freaking IMAX screens and whatnot, and everything is like a bag of popcorn cost like, you know, a
Yeah.
month's wage.
Like if it was like a
I know.
steak or something, right? And it's stupid popcorn.
Yeah, exactly. But like there used to be like this really tiny cinema here, like right in the center of town, which had like two, well, nowadays they would be called small screens, and like no fancy seating. It was
Yeah,
just, you know,
exactly.
row.
And it's always sticky, and there's always
well,
somebody
yeah,
falling
the floor
asleep.
sometimes, at least at the end of the day, it's sticky. Yeah.
No, this is like sticky all the time.
Like me and my friends used to go to that one pretty much like once a week in the times that like when the Matrix came out and afterwards, you know, so from 1999 to like 2005, 6 maybe. Yeah, because it was dirt cheap. Like a ticket was $4 or $5.
Wow. Yeah. So, I
Anyway,
guess,
X-Men.
yeah, so let's just let the audience members know now that I fully give Eric permission to spoil it rotten because I don't really care. And
I'm not.
oh, you're not?
I'm
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it a little vague, but it's because it's not worth spoiling.
Oh, wow.
honestly.
That's bad.
Can I just guess the complete storyline?
Shoot.
I'm guessing Apocalypse, his origin's pretty much the same as comic books. He comes back, he wants to kill every human, and have like survival of the fittest for mutants or whatnot.
You're making a complex plot here for this movie.
It's not that as
Oh
complex
wait,
as that.
it's easier than that. Okay, he comes back, wants to kill everything to start over.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow. There
He's
you
done that
go.
before as well,
Just an
so.
educated guess. Movie spoiled, audience. You're welcome.
He gets a group of random mutants to be his horsemen, who have no real correlation to him whatsoever. Yeah, that's what I guess, because Psylocke and Storm are
You're
on the
doing
team.
good so far. Just end the movie for us.
And then the X-Men fight him and stop him, and I'm guessing Xavier uses, in the end, some sort of telekinesis to stop him? Oh no, wait, Phoenix is in this. Phoenix wins?
Oh my gosh. And you didn't read this? You're just making this up off your head right now.
I'm making this off the top of my head.
And he's on point?
It's you're hitting the little circle around the bullseye.
Oh
That's how
my
close you are.
god, dude, no way.
Okay, yeah, okay, so tell me where I missed it.
So let's start off with the plot.
Okay.
It's missing. Apparently, the same people who wrote Batman v Superman wrote this movie too. We're just like, hey, I've thumbed through some cool comic books, and this looks cool, and this looks cool. Let's just throw it in there. And they're like, okay, that works.
Yeah, jeez.
The Blob's in there. That's cool. Not really.
Oh
because
yeah, don't they have
one
like a mutant fight club or something like that?
Yeah, he's fighting in Germany. It's so ridiculous. It's like
Wait, who's fighting in Germany?
The Blob.
the Blob.
Oh, the Blob is in this?
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
like a mutant fight club.
Well,
It's a mutant UFC. Just like remember in X-Men 1 in the bar, like all the
Yeah.
it's kind of like that for
the
mutants.
cage match.
Cage match for mutants.
Wow.
Yeah, because I saw the preview with Nightcrawler fighting, I think, Angel in there.
Archangel.
Yeah. Because Nightcrawler's German, so it makes sense they're in
I mean,
Germany.
it's, but the Blob's in there, and it's. I have to let me start with the acting. The only person who decided to act in this film is, oh my god, Michael Fassbender.
Magneto, Michael Fassbender.
I don't think he has an off switch, so he's
I-
always acting.
I think he's just because he's such a good actor.
Yeah.
That's him.
Oh wow.
And like there's usually in movies there's like, okay, we're gonna this group of characters and this group of characters, they're gonna have an arc throughout the movie. So there's A, B, and C. You know, the beginning of the arc, the middle of the arc, and the end. There's no arcs. You like honestly, if I'd never seen a X-Men movie or knew who the X-Men were, I wouldn't care about any of these characters because none of them are like you don't. The movie doesn't spend any time like
On any of the characters. Yeah.
on any of the characters. The Sophie Turner, right?
Yeah.
His name, is horrible, horrific as Jean Grey.
I'm guessing really bad American accent.
That and just like it's like she doesn't understand who she's playing,
Jeez.
and it's so bad. Like no one showed up to act. No one really cares. Like you're like I was like, oh, Oscar Isaac's in this. Like he's Poe Dameron. He's really good. I can't wait. It's okay. He's there. He's playing Grimace in this movie apparently. And it's so disappointing. Like it was hard to watch Batman vs Superman because it was so kind of all over the place. But at least it was Batman vs Superman, and that was kind of cool. This is a rehash of X-Men 3: The Last Stand.
Oh no.
Like the beats are like Magneto's destroying everything. He's destroying bitches and destroying this. Of like, I sat in that movie during that part, and I was like, I've seen this. I'm like, fucking the X-Men Stand. It's like it's exactly what I'm watching, and it's very frustrating. It's a frustrating movie. The only cool part is the Quicksilver scene.
I was about to ask about that. Yeah.
Only cool part of the whole movie, and it's the X-Mansion is blowing up, and he kind of shows up and he sees this explosion, so he runs in and saves all the students, and he's like, drinking soda and checking out things and positioning people to fly out the window onto like a sheet. It's really cool. And then the rest of the movie happens. It's not even worth getting into because it's so blah.
Wow.
It's like a standard, like, it's not even a standard movie. It's like a poor quality movie that no one really and you were like, oh, Bryan Singer's back. That's awesome. And it's like, oh, who cares? I really hope he doesn't make another X-Men movie because it's going to be horrible.
Jeez.
And I really hope they don't base it around Sophie Turner because she was just horrific in this movie.
Jeez.
Yeah, she was like at the start of Game of Thrones, because that's the only other thing she's really in. She wasn't very good. She's sort of finally coming into her role in Game of Thrones.
6 seasons.
Yes, like 6 seasons in. I think, I don't think she's the best actor, at least in that show. And she probably isn't even in this, because it's McAvoy and what's his name?
McAvoy and Matt Fassbender.
Fassbender, yeah. This is their movie, pretty much. I mean, what's her name is very good as well. She's won an Oscar, but
Fassbender steals the movie. What's her name? Lawrence.
J-Law.
Yeah.
J-Law. Seems uninterested in being in the movie. It really seems like people just showed up. It feels like it's like when you're unhappy with your job and you just show up for a paycheck and you do the minimum amount of work you have to do.
Way.
The Bruce Willis effect.
The Bruce Willis effect, thank you. And this is exactly what it was. It's like a bunch of people just like the guy who does Quicksilver is a lovable character, and you're like, okay, this is cool, but it loses its flavor. It's like, okay, this is one cool thing, and then let's destroy the whole world because that's what we do. And surprisingly, a lot more people die in this movie than Batman vs Superman. I don't think I'd ever would say that. but
it's X-Men. No one really cares when it's
Yeah.
no one. And that awesome scene you see in the trailer with Wolverine.
That's it.
That's it.
He just pops his claws and that's his only cameo.
Snick, and you're like, oh man, oh.
I've read somewhere that you see his escape from.
You see his electric the goggles.
The Weapon X. Yeah, the Weapon X thing. Yeah.
Oh, the Weapon X. The headgear thing.
So he escapes, and that's it. It's that one little sequence. It's probably 5 minutes, if that. and you're like, who cares? Like, really, who cares?
That's.
And you're like, what? So it's like I get to review all the horrible movies. Like, I have to say, honestly, I was a little more into Fantastic Four than this movie.
No way.
Yeah.
No way.
I was like, I could go home and watch Fantastic Four. It'd probably be a lot better right now if I watched it right after X-Men.
Wow.
Well, about Fantastic Four, I like the original setup. So, sort of, like, a part of that movie sort of is interesting to me.
Yeah, the first half.
The whole idea of, starting the ultimate Fantastic Four. But the execution of it was horrible.
So long to get started. It takes almost 2 hours to introduce the characters.
Yeah.
But X-Men is not worth seeing. If I didn't win pre-screening tickets, I would not go see it.
Jeez.
I wouldn't waste money on this. And you'll read articles. I just heard articles like, "Oh, X-Men is not as bad as the critics say." That is a lie. It is as bad, and has again. It made me enjoy Fantastic Four. So I guess that's a positive out of it.
Dang.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
It's brutal.
Is there anything besides the comics that came out recently?
I don't think so, man. I think what's Wednesday changed the game.
Wednesday did change the game.
Yeah.
For both.
Yeah, exactly. So which one should we start with first? The big one, Rebirth, or?
Well, the thing is, I just wanted to go over how Marvel stole DC's thunder yet again. Because everyone was like, "Oh my God, Rebirth! It's such a good issue," and then the whole thing came out with the death threats against Nick Spencer, you know, the writer for the Captain America thing,
Jeez.
and like everyone's forgetting about Rebirth because of the whole Hydra Captain America thing.
Yeah. So, what do you want to talk about first?
Let's do the Captain America one.
Yeah, I would say let's just get that out of the way because I feel like DC Rebirth is the bigger story as far as
And it
comics.
should be.
Yeah.
It should be.
So, Hail Hydra, everybody.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it starts off with Captain America being young again and just doing another mission.
Yeah.
Like, it starts off that way. He has two sidekicks. I can't remember their names because they're, you know,
Throwaways.
interchangeable, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Expendables.
Literally throwaways.
They're expendables.
And,
They might as well put red shirts on them.
Yeah,
yeah.
no. Shoot
One
here.
of them has
Yeah.
a red mask, so it sort of makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
But yeah, it starts off with him, and it has a couple of flashbacks in it, which go back to when he was a kid, when Steve Rogers was a kid, like in 1990 or 29, I think. That would make him as old as my grandfather was. Wow. And it's about him, you know, walking with his mom and his dad being like pretty much a deadbeat. And this woman comes out and sort of saves him and his mom.
Mm-hmm.
She just knocks his dad to the ground, and then she sort of, you know, gives them food and helps them out here and there, I guess. And then she invites them to a meeting of Hydra.
Hail Hydra.
Yeah, she's talking about like how, you know, people sort of need to become the change in society before
Yeah.
society can change.
Do you guys want to come to the social group with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how she brings to at one point like this. Yeah, just this club for a couple of people to talk about, you know, the direction of the country.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
And then she gives her like this big flyer that says, you know,
Hail
Hydra
Hydra.
US meeting. Yeah, there are some sort of flashbacks to that, and there's talk about the different factions in Hydra. There being basically Red Skull's Hydra and Zemo's Hydra.
Gotcha.
And Red Skull, there's like one speech by Red Skull that can pretty much just be, I guess, it could be just as well be Hitler's speech back in the 30s.
Oh, wow.
Because it's just this, like, it talks about, you know, foreign invaders coming to, you know, drain resources and kill people, and all the horrible things you sort of associate with that. Red Skull just says it and, you know, inspires these people.
Yeah.
And then it's Zemo sort of being like, hey, Hydra's my birthright, and no one's gonna take that from me, and just sort of collect these E-list villains
E-list.
I've never seen before. At least I can't remember any of them.
I didn't recognize any of them either, so.
Yeah, one of them's like a guy in a tiger suit, and the other one's like a giant orange glowing thing with like a metal, like, you know, weird bathing suit on.
Jeez.
And yeah, Cap comes in and just beats the living shit out of them, and Zemo's like, oh no, and then he sends them in to fight Cap and, you know, these two throwaway characters, and then Zemo escapes.
Aha.
Oh, I've lost the videos again. But yeah, it's a very interesting issue. At one point, the sort of reveal comes that he says "Hail Hydra."
Yeah, at the very end.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, you sort of wonder why he's saying it. Like, you assume because it is because the flashbacks like that he got influenced by Hydra as a kid.
Yeah.
And that makes sense, and that like him being Hydra just by saying that. But he does kill one of the two throwaway characters. Like
Oh,
they're on
Jesse.
his team.
Something Jesse, maybe. I think his name is. It doesn't matter. It's not like important.
Yeah, he literally throws him out the airplane.
April 80 kicks
That-
him out.
Yeah, that's why throwaway is such a funny use the word. So yeah, he kicks him out the airplane and he presumably dies. And then he says, "Hail Hydra." Yeah, which is the last page of the issue.
Yeah, see, my first thought was when I saw that the guy was tied up with the gag in his mouth, and the way he's looking at him looks like Captain America's all irritated. I thought it was a sarcastic, like, "Oh, aren't you supposed to say Hail Hydra now?" type of a thing. But then when they were like, "Oh, check out the flashbacks," and Steve Rogers' mom has been Hydra sympathetic since the very beginning, and I didn't think that's when people started like pulling out the old. I think there's this one old picture where it's like Red Skull and Hitler, and there's like Captain America is like doing the Sig Heil, and he's all like, "No, my Fuhrer, he's not here to fight you. He's here to join you," like showing that he's been Hydra this whole time. And I'm like, okay, cool, but to me, I just figured it was like one of those things where it's like, okay, somehow they're gonna turn it around where it's like he's not really Hydra, and maybe the guy that he threw out the airplane was Hydra, and that's why he threw him out of the airplane. But
No.
yeah,
No.
so now I'm like, I don't
The kid
know.
that he throws out the airplane does really seem to be, in it for Shield.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He thinks
high.
Captain America is too, and he's like the biggest. He's basically a fanboy who gets to be on the team.
yeah.
The bee's knees. He thinks that Steve Rogers is the
Bee's
bee's knees.
Yeah.
But I thought I didn't originally pull this issue when I went to the comic book store. I heard about the Hydra, so I went back and got it. Because I wasn't too crazy about Steve Rogers being young again. So I picked it up, and the flashbacks really add to the comic.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great issue overall. And I did the good thing. I read this first, and then I read Rebirth.
Yeah,
No, I did it the other way around.
yeah, the other way
But-
around. Yeah, I didn't even
Um,
pick up this comic. I just stuck to Rebirth.
Yeah, I just like at first I only got Rebirth as well, and then we figured we'd talk about this issue, so I didn't get any other issue this week, so I got it as well. I liked it. It's a good issue, and I haven't read any Captain America issues since Brubaker's run, which is like a couple of years ago,
Yeah,
5-6 years maybe.
yeah, it's been a while since he
even
was on the
longer.
book. Yeah,
Yeah. So, yeah, I liked it. I think it's interesting, and I do want to see where this goes. So I'm probably going to even pick up the next one.
cool.
Me too.
I feel bad for the writer though, man. Like death threats. Like serious.
Yeah,
Like
that's just ridiculous.
Like,
I
what are
mean,
you
he's-
doing with your life that you're gonna, I'm gonna kill you because you made him Hydra? Like, what?
Well, this is a big recon in Captain America's life. He's forever Hydra. He's forever Hydra now. Everything he's done. I hope they,
well,
kind of work this into the movies. That'd be pretty cool.
Forever Hydra is a big thing. I mean, we can just as well assume that it's just part of a story that makes
Yeah.
him some sort of different faction, or just sort of a cleanup crew within Hydra to keep it sort of in check.
Yeah,
You don't really know, and that this is just one issue that doesn't explain that much. It just sets it up.
Right.
So to really judge that part, I say we'll have to have at least a couple of more issues.
yeah. Because I mean, for
'Cause
all
this
we
was
know,
just
this could be Captain America Convergence, and then we're like, oh, it's gonna be so exciting, and then it's like, oh, it's just like Convergence. It just made me mad.
No, don't mention Convergence. I don't want to cry anymore.
Yeah.
Don't mention Convergence because I'm starting to like DC again.
Boom. You know, I was gonna say, did you guys see Brett Dalton's tweet about Hail Hydra? Apparently he's the guy. For those that don't know, he's the guy that like plays Ward on Agents of Shield. So he tweeted, "Oh, I see Captain America got our gift basket." Because like, yeah, yeah, he joined Hydra because of Ward into the gift basket. So
I did see the Hyder Trump tweet.
I did not see
Where,
that.
He's like, I haven't read the issue, but I like it.
Nice. So now that we got Cap out of the way, I think we should talk about how DC is going to make me jump ship and start just reading DC only now. Because I really like the first issue of Rebirth.
I'd call it 2 issues because it was 80 pages.
Yeah, you know what it was, and it was actually like what $2.99. I was like,
Yeah,
dude, that's
it's
awesome.
$3, and it's 80 pages. It's awesome. The fact that all the other books from now on will be $3 as well is amazing.
Yeah,
That just right out the gate is one of the best things that they're doing. And yeah, 80 pages. You can't go wrong with that. Like half of it was ads though. Well, not half.
My pull list was $200 of new comics.
jeez.
So this is good that everything's $2.99 now.
Yeah, you're like, hey.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So what you guys think? I mean, I'm kind of new, so everything about it was just like, I don't know, like experiencing like the Beatles for the first time, I guess. Like you're like, this is cool. I like that. I like this. I like the art. And I do know Watchmen, so when I got to the end, we found out the Watchmen was going to be in it. Even though, I mean, I guess we should say this, that there was a leak on Reddit about it. And most of the stuff...
That was a positive leak.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, everything you for those guys, you know, you guys watching us, Eric actually sent us, like, hey, guys, check out, like, this leaked. And it was just like, boom, Wally West. Boom, this happened. Boom, Watchmen. So it was like...
Yeah. I didn't click that link.
Oh, you didn't click it? Yeah.
I was like, screw you, Eric, you suck.
I wasn't trying to ruin it for you guys, but I was so excited about all this news. I was
Yeah.
like, this is awesome. Like, you guys have to read it.
And to be honest with you...
I wanted to read it, and I was going to read it, and I was like, I'm just going to wait, because it was a couple of days before the issue came out.
Yeah,
it was
like, literally like the night before or
I
something.
I strained myself to just wait till the issue
To
comes
not
out.
reading.
I think it was Monday. I sent it to you guys Monday.
Yeah. But I gotta say though, like if you hadn't sent that link, I wouldn't have got it because the same thing where you're like Wally West and this happened and then Watchmen and I'm actually a big Watchmen fan before Alan Moore went crazy and so or crazier.
Oh yeah, because I think he was already crazy.
Yeah, he was already crazy. So crazier. So like
he was
yeah,
more publicly crazy.
yeah, exactly.
He was only with one foot on the mind scale.
Yeah, at that point, everybody just thought he was like a genius savant.
Eccentric.
Yeah. Oh,
he's eccentric.
He's a little weird, but he's a brilliant man. And like, no, he was crazy. So like, yeah. So I love Watchmen. Like Rorschach is one of my favorite guys, and so I was like, oh, I'm looking forward to this. So yeah. So I just came in with this new like Rebirth is what I wanted Convergence to be. So far in the first issue, because I was like, Convergence is gonna set everything new, and I can come in and just be happy and just pretend like I've been here the whole time, and they'd be like, "Hey, Jake, it's good to have you," and I'm like, "Yeah, I've been a DC fan," and then Convergence happened, and I just like, I don't know, and then when I asked other DC fans, they're like, "Me neither, bro," and I've been a DC fan since I was a kid, so yeah, so I was.
Did you ever read like all the issues, like the Flash issues, like the old ones before Flash, before Wally West got lost in the time stream?
To be honest with you, when it came to DC, I only touched Batman and Vertigo books. So like all the like Why the Last Man. I think Watchmen is the only thing that actually had a DC stamp on it, but wasn't Watchmen originally Vertigo too?
Yeah.
When it first got printed, yeah. So, like, Vertigo, I really clicked with Vertigo, but DC, other than Batman, not really. Like, the only other things I've read was, like, was it Flashpoint I read? And I think that was it, just because Flashpoint actually was really good, and it's Jeff Johns, so...
I was a big Wally West fan. I'm a big Flash fan, but I like Wally West is probably my favorite. I'm so
Yeah.
glad to have him. So glad to have him back.
So I was just wondering, like, you haven't read that much of the Flash ever, for Jig, that is.
Yeah.
Did you get like all the things that they were saying though? Like,
At first, I didn't like when he was all talking about like she's my lightning rod and blah 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 blah, and I was like, I don't even know who's narrating this right now. And then they got like
Oh,
Wally West. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And then the cool thing was like at first, like I put out a tweet where at the beginning it has this big white page and it's like you have to read this issue and read this Superman issue. And I'm like, why can't
I
you
saw
just give
that.
me a
Yeah,
recap? Like, if you give me a recap, I'd be fine. But I guess it's Jeff Johns that's writing this, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess this is the genius of Jeff Johns is that he actually gives you a recap through Wally West. So
Through
I'm
Wally
like,
West, yeah.
I was like, that. Thank you, Mr. Johns. And this is probably why they put you in charge of the DC cinematic universe now, because you did what I wanted, what I needed. Because at first I was like, I want to enjoy this, but I'm gonna
Hold
come
on.
in like Convergence and not know nothing.
When you say Jeff Johns, you have to go Jeff
Oh,
Johns.
Jeff Johns. Yeah.
Jeff Johns.
So, yeah, so like, yeah, at first I was like, okay, this whole thing about a watch, and I'm like, that's probably going to tie into Watchmen. So at first I honestly thought it was Dr. Manhattan narrating it. And then I was like, oh, okay, Wally West. And I'm like, I know enough about Wally West that I can follow along. And then all of a sudden he started talking about, what was her name? His love interest? Lo-
Damn,
What's her
I
name?
should know this.
You should.
Lisa?
Lisa, good job. Lisa. It's Lisa.
Yeah, and so like I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And then to be honest with you, even though like I'm not like that connected to the character, I would say I'm probably more connected to like Barry Allen, but like just that struggle of him like I've got to like find somebody I could like connect with, and then like this like, do you remember me, Batman? Like, do you remember me, old man? I don't know who the old man was.
I think it's Night Owl.
Oh, okay, that was Night Owl, really?
I think.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, because at first I was like, I don't know who this old man is, and he's like, you got to get
the first.
the old
first
one,
Night
right?
Owl.
The old guy.
Yeah,
Dude,
the
that would be
original
cool
one.
because it would make sense for him to say get everybody back together, right? And then that would tie in with how the Watchmen. Oh, that would be genius. I hope that is him.
There's a couple of sort of like people showing up in the comic in Rebirth who
Dr.
are
Oz.
Yeah.
Ozymandias.
Yeah, I didn't. Is that who that
Ozymandias,
was?
and there is what's her
Or
name? Saturn Girl.
Yeah.
There's an interview with a woman. She's waiting for Superman. She
That's
says like she
right.
wants to see Superman, and then they say like, "Hey, yeah, Superman, for as far as we know, is dead."
Yeah.
And then she says like, "Oh, it's fine, I'll wait." And then like the only thing they show is the ring, which is the ring of the JLA, I think.
Yeah. The Legion ring.
Yeah, the Legion ring. Which is the little arrow with the Saturn thing behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so a couple of things like that show up. I think one of my favorites was Pandora. Pandora, for those who don't know, has been showing up in New 52 books to sort of inform the reader subconsciously that there's something wrong with the New 52 universe.
She's the Watcher, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she's sort of an interdimensional watcher. She wants to make sure that the time streams and the dimensions all check out.
Gotcha.
She
But
wants to correct.
if you don't know who she is, she's kind of like the Watcher.
The Watcher. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I figured that she
She's
was.
yeah, although the Spectre is more like the Watcher, but yeah.
Pandora's cooler.
There's a lot of Watchers in the DC universe.
In the DC universe, yeah.
Like the Guardians sort of are the Watchers as well.
Yeah.
Except they actually started a police force.
A very large one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they sort of what they did with the New 52. Like every once in a while, she shows up in the background to sort of let you know that since Flashpoint, there has been something wrong with the New 52 universe. Like these small, subtle hints, and then at one point you see her and she says like, I know that what you've been doing, and then she explodes just like Rorschach did.
Yep.
Yeah.
To sort of like, just at that point you just know it's, Dr. Manhattan is involved in this. And yeah, that was probably my favorite little cameo bit. The other part is Wally West. It's completely his issue. There's, a couple of sidelines, but it's mostly his issue. And to me, him sort of reaching out to Barry at that point, and then Barry, it finally connected, and he just says Wally, and then he pulls him out, and that was just I actually teared up at a comic book, and that's never happened before. It's because Wally's been gone for so long since what's Flash, the one where Barry was lost in the time stream. Can't remember.
Infinite Crisis.
No, there's an issue after that. It's like I think also a Jeff Johns run. Can't remember what it's called.
He's all gonna look this up.
Yeah, it is pretty much the same, but Barry Allen does this. Goes like to all different people and tries to come back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just amazing. To see Wally just come back like that. It was awesome.
Very cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I had fun reading it. It was cool seeing the Reddit leak information kind of like show up, and even though I knew what was about to happen, it was still cool seeing it unfold. So I don't know. Like as a new reader, I was like, okay, cool. This leak was enough to get me interested in picking it up. My question now is, how do you guys see this, I guess, unraveling as the stories and other issues start coming out?
Didn't Wally disappear during Blackest Night?
Can't remember. I honestly can't remember. It's one of the Flash issues where
I think he disappeared during Blackest Night.
I can't remember. I'll look it up someday.
Someday.
But yeah. No, I think it's in 2000. Yeah, it could be in Blackest Night after.
I'm pretty sure it's the Blackest Night when he was trying to help Barry and Hal Jordan avoid becoming Black Lanterns.
No, it's the Flash Rebirth. Like not this Rebirth, but the Flash Rebirth.
Oh, the Flash Rebirth, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barry
Nothing. Anyway, yeah, this issue, I think it was amazing. I don't know how it's going to play out after this, because it's still really like being like a super mystery of like how Dr. Manhattan is involved in all of this.
Mm-hmm.
You get a couple of hints, but that's really it. So we're really gonna have to wait for the next issue to make any sense of this. But yeah, so far I'm really hyped.
Very cool.
I'm just starting to wear a big clock around my neck and going, Rebirth!
Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav.
I was gonna say, I somebody on Twitter today was telling me, like, because I was on this big Rorschach kick, so I was just saying, like, as long as you guys bring back Rorschach and he either punches the Question or punches out one of the Jokers, I think that would be really fun, because I really like Rorschach as a character. Somebody tried to tell me that there's this theory about the three Jokers, that one of them is the comedian. Yeah, did you guys hear this rumor?
I think he's the original Joker, the comedian. He's gonna be.
I don't know. Like when Batman's looking at the file for the three Jokers, you actually see the three different ones.
Yep.
Where you see
the Jared Leto Joker, the Killing Joke.
You see the Killing Joke one's the middle one.
Yeah.
And then the one.
Original,
Endgame is the one on the right.
right? And the original Joker's on the left.
Yeah, the
I call
original.
I call the Endgame one the Jared Leto one. I know it's not the Jared Leto
Yeah.
one, but I'm still
Well,
calling it the Jared Leto.
I think Jared Leto's Joker was designed after.
It's
Endgame.
like the thug Endgame one because it's like the haircut is kind of similar with the sides really short and the slick back hair, but then they put those
Yeah.
stupid tattoos on his face and the stupid gold grill like he's about to rap with Ti or something like that. And I'm like, that's stupid. Like Joker is not going to drop a mixtape. He's going to.
You don't know that.
Well, yeah, you know what? He might, because that would throw off the game if he did do that. I wish he would throw out a
I don't know,
mixtape.
like releasing a cassette tape this day and age is sort of weird.
No, it's not, because they're actually doing it, dude.
Because I don't even know anyone who still has a cassette player on.
I
their
don't
radio.
either, but tell me why these rappers are actually doing it. There's like a whole set of rappers that are releasing cassette tapes of their new CDs and albums and stuff. It's ridiculous.
Do you know how hard it is to find a Walkman?
I don't even know
It's
how
not
they find a place to
anywhere.
actually print these things. Like, how do you find some old man in China somewhere that's still making cassette tapes and be like, "Hey man, can you press this for me on a cassette tape? Like, I want to sell it." So weird.
You don't press cassette tapes anyway.
I don't see that's
No, you
that's how much I don't know what you do with cassette tapes, dude.
It's a tape. Like it's an audio tape. So you record something and a big tape runs like next to this thing.
And then you cut it
and
into smaller
records
tapes.
onto it. You can if you want to cut
Oh,
the
okay.
length of it.
So yeah, so I don't know. Looking like you said, like looking at the picture of the three Jokers, physically I don't think it could be the comedian because isn't the comedian kind of more like hulky or bulky, I guess you could say, and
Yeah, but that doesn't really
I don't know. The theories were kind of interesting because they were saying that I guess in one of the panels of Killing Joke, Joker says like he doesn't really remember his past. It's like he's okay with having a multiple choice past.
Yeah.
I think there's another one where it talks about his origins and he's holding up 3 different Joker cards. Kind of like I guess signifying the 3 different Jokers. And then the whole thing with the comedian finding society as a joke. It's all one big joke. But
I don't know. I mean, the comedian in Watchmen is dead. Rorschach in Watchmen is dead.
no, he's not.
So, what? They're back?
Shouldn't they be? I'm telling you, if they bring out Rorschach, I will abandon Marvel, sir. I will kiss Marvel goodbye on the cheek like I'm a boy going to war. And yeah, I'll see you later, mama. And just walk into DC's arms.
I don't know. But yeah,
Just like, no.
for Rebirth, at least, I'm interested in the story itself, and then Rebirth after this, it's just the new teams for all the new books that are coming out, which I'm really excited for, especially All Star Batman.
You know what? I was gonna ask this. Is it? I guess just because you guys are DC fans, am I supposed to kind of be led on to believe that this world that's happening, the whole Flashpoint thing, because you know how you said there was another, because it's kind of going off of Flashpoint, right? When he says they show the hand and then saying like Dr. Manhattan kind of put his hand in it and change
Yeah,
things
they're
up.
saying that Barry Allen didn't create Flashpoint.
It was
that
Dr. Manhattan.
It was actually Dr. Manhattan.
Okay.
Manhattan who created Flashpoint.
So then my question is then because of them at the end going to Mars and all that stuff, that last line from like the Watchmen comic book where he says, "I'm going to go to maybe I'll create my own world or do this." Do you think that's what we're supposed to be led to believe, that like when he left the 1980s, that's what he went to go do? He disappeared and created the Flashpoint?
I don't know.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's what I'm just kind of curious about. Because I remember him saying that, like, they're like, "Where are you gonna go, John?" And then he was,
I wouldn't start making correlations between the Watchmen book and this quite yet,
okay.
because how much time has in between?
Yeah. Exactly. Watchmen's ancient.
But see, that's the thing. If you read John's thing, time is irrelevant. Like he's outside of time.
Yeah,
outside of time. Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, could it have been like literally the second he blinked out of the Watchmen story in the 1980s? He
it
was
could
literally
be. Yeah, it definitely could be. The thing is, we're left with all these questions at the end of the issue,
yeah after
and I
80
think
pages.
that's very much the whole idea behind it, so that
Exactly.
you go out and get the next issue,
Yeah, but I
which
mean
is
they
I
nailed it,
think it's
man.
something they called marketing, but
Just
yeah,
good storytelling.
yeah, exactly. Like we're all left with these, like, oh my god, I want to see what's happening,
yeah.
sort of feelings, and yeah, it's great. It's like not at like Convergence at all, where I was just like not
Thank,
caring after the
thank
first
God.
issue.
Oh man, dude, I tried so hard. The first issue was like, I don't understand. The second issue was cool because it was Thomas Wayne doing cool stuff. And so like they tricked me into buying the third issue. And then
Yeah.
and then I bought
I
that
I
was bad.
got until the fourth issue, I think, of Convergence,
Yeah,
and
I did
then
too. I bought it, but I never read it. To this day, I haven't
I
read it.
think I did, and I didn't read the last one.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care anymore. Let's just, you know.
After 4 issues, I stopped caring.
Yeah.
Oh, I stopped caring after like the first issue, I think, because the first issue wasn't even good.
I just didn't understand what was happening, which is what I'm so glad about this one, is that the stuff that is vague, I don't think it's hard to find out, or I can honestly just ask you guys, and you guys totally
And
filled in
it
the
gets
blanks.
explained. Like, he basically explains all of Flashpoint in like a couple of, monologue
Panels.
bits.
Yeah, and so that's what I actually liked about it, because I'm telling you guys, when I saw that white panel, it was like, read Superman number 52, read this, and I'm like, no, like, you guys tricked me into buying more comics. And then the fact that he's like, oh, this is who my lightning rod is, and this guy is Batman, and Batman had this happen to him. And now he's dealing with three Jokers, which is brought up in Endgame, right? The whole three Joker thing.
No, it's part of the Justice League story.
Oh, okay.
The in Justice League in the Darkseid Wars, he sits on the Mobius chair,
That's
which
right.
is like the chair
Yes.
that holds all knowledge in the universe. And he asked the chair one question, which isn't answered in that comic,
Issue.
but it is answered now, I guess. Which is like, who is the Joker? And he just replies like, no.
Yeah, because it's not. There's three Jokers. Which one? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I guess this is what the chair told him, that there's three Jokers.
Yeah, and so like, yeah, okay, that's what it was. For whatever reason I thought it was Endgame, but yeah, so I felt that was kind of cool that it's like, okay, like, even though to me I'm like, what, three Jokers? For like DC Comics or readers that have already been reading it, they're like, hey, yeah, I already know three Jokers. So it's kind of like, it almost feels like that older brother that's kind of like, you know what? Let me take you under my wing and show you what's really good about DC. This is which I really like about it, because now I'm feeling like not like an outsider trying to be like, please guys, let me join the band. It's more like, hey, we've got here, play this E minor, and you can be in the band. I'm doing really minimal work, but you know what I mean. It's kind of like you guys are being nice and letting me, you know what I mean, get you guys drinks. You guys are.
For all you guys reading Darkseid War, it's kind of spoiled that Darkseid lives in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's like, surprise,
is,
surprise.
Well, Darkseid Wars is over as well, isn't it?
I think there's one issue. I think the last issue has been delayed a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought it came out this week.
Were they hanging out with Hickman, or what's going on?
If Hickman was writing this, it'd be delayed.
Yeah,
9
it would.
months.
Yeah, it would. It'd be like Rebirth is over. Hey, here's that Darkseid issue you guys been waiting for.
Wasn't the issue with Hickman's delays all Assad Ribic's?
Oh, yeah, it's not Hickman exactly. It's Ribic. So
Oh,
so
God.
awesome.
Anyway, yeah, it
So
was awesome.
Would I say all around thumbs up from everybody on this issue?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I'm interested in it. I guess my next question would be, what books should I be looking forward to when because they're all going to have like their solo series for Rebirth, right?
Yeah.
So
That's really what character would you find interesting to read?
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm going to get Wonder
Flash.
Woman because Frank Cho is doing the the covers, and everybody's mad at Frank Cho right now. And I just think his art's actually pretty decent, regardless of the, the stuff people don't like about it. Especially when I realize when I'm looking at his art, he's obviously trolling everybody, and these
Yeah, he
people.
is. There's
Yes.
like a giant article written a while ago where he pretty much explains it that he's just
I'm trolling
doing-
you guys.
yeah.
And like the funny thing is just like that it's not just a certain like company, it's all companies. It's like Deadpool's telling Supergirl to do upside down jumping jacks, and Batman is like, are all you Kryptonians that stupid? And I'm like, that's brilliant. He's trolling you. Why are you so angry? Calm down. Or the fact someone like Catwoman gets her butt stuck in the rafters or something like that. It's like he's trolling you guys. And then he has like Spider Gwen saying outrage in the corner. Like obviously trolling you guys. And the thing is his art's actually pretty decent. So
Oh yeah.
I almost feel like I just want to do that just to make the angry comic book nerds mad. So we're probably going to lose a couple viewers after I just said I'm going to pick up those solely because of Frank Cho's artwork. But no, I mean, so you guys are talking about All-Star Batman. I'm assuming I should avoid that like the plague, or
Yes.
I'm saying you should read it because it's Scott Snyder, who is, pretty much like one of the main guys now at DC. He's sort of in Jeff Johns' old job, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I like Scott Snyder. If you don't like Scott Snyder, you probably shouldn't pick this up. But yeah, I like him, and I like John Romita Jr.'s art.
Okay, yeah.
Some
Romita's
people
going to be
are
on it?
always a bit on the fence about him because he sometimes draws characters very similar.
Eh.
I think that is true. His faces aren't too distinguishable every now and then. But I do generally like his art, especially in action scenes, which are really good. He did a lot of Wolverine back in the days. He did Enemy of the State with Wolverine.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick that one up. I'm also gonna pick up the normal Batman book, which is Tom King, who's now writing Vision for Marvel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's got pretty good reviews for Vision, right?
Yeah, Vision's getting crazy good reviews.
Oh, yeah, I might check that one out.
Because it is really good.
It is really good.
And I think he can sort of bring a really good sort of horror vibe to Batman again, which Batman hasn't really had. Well, it has every now and then because Snyder is sort of a horror writer as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to those. Wonder Woman, of course, looking forward to. The Flash looks really good.
Now,
yeah,
is the
I
Flash
don't
going
know.
to tie in both of them, Barry and Wally?
I think Flash Rebirth is going to be Wally, and Flash, the normal title, will be Barry.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to use Wally in one of the teams. Probably maybe Teen Titans, but he's pretty old now.
Yeah.
Because
But he still looks young.
In the Teen Titans.
He's too old to be Team Titans.
Yeah, he's
but
still
aren't
Kid
all the
Flash.
Teen Titans nowadays, you know?
Yeah. They're all
Yeah.
like 35.
Yeah,
We're Teen
'cause the Teen
Titans.
Titans from back in the days should all be on a team now called the 30-something Titans,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. The middle-aged Titans or something.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, most of the books look really good. Like the teams for all the books look really good.
That's cool. You know what I was going to ask? Was there supposed to be some controversy with Aquaman or something? Because I saw some stuff about him floating around. Haha, floating. And but I didn't really get to like click on any of those articles, but I did see like there was like the cover for it where there's like a fish in front of his face or something like that, but I didn't know if there was like a controversy with it or just people were just trolling Aquaman because it's Aquaman.
No, I don't know.
No, okay, because I think somebody was...
I found nothing wrong with it. So
Oh, okay, because somebody was all saying like in reference to the like movies, they were like, oh, maybe they should have rethought the movie Aquaman. And then they had the picture of the new Rebirth one. So I'm like, what does that mean? I don't know if you're just mad at Game of Thrones Aquaman or what you guys are upset about.
Aqua Drogo.
Yeah, exactly.
Drogo.
Count Aquaman.
Aqua Drogo.
But I have to say this is the first time I'm, other than being fooled into getting all of Convergence, I'm getting every single title of DC Rebirth.
Nice.
And I'm excited to read just DC again because for a while it's been kind of stale and
The New 52 has sort of died out. Like it was exciting at the start, because many of the books at the start were very good, and it's sort of like some sort of waned in quality.
It burnt out maybe by half the run on all of them.
Yeah, on most of them.
Most of them.
Batman stayed good.
Eh.
Green Lantern was yeah.
I like Green Lantern.
I had a dip as well. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to just read all the new issues.
That's cool.
Because based on this issue alone, everything looks like it's going to be great again.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I'm excited. I can't believe I'm saying I'm excited for DC.
For DC, yeah, I'm kind of geeked too, man. Like I just feel like it's like finally like jumping on point that I've been waiting for.
I'm a big fan of Jeff Johns' writing. I liked his run on Green Lantern. I liked his run on The Flash.
Yeah, he's a good writer.
He's a good writer. I enjoy some of that stuff. But the majority of my books is Marvel. But I think I'm making that transition into being a DC guy again.
Nice.
I never really thought of myself that way because for me it was always like what could I get, because it was very limited for a long time here in the Netherlands.
Okay.
So I never really thought of myself as a Marvel or a DC guy. Sometimes like X-Men was popular, so I read a lot of X-Men. Sometimes it was, Batman was always there, so
Batman, Superman.
Well, Superman wasn't even always there here. So
wow.
Yeah, until we actually got a comic book store, comics were very limited.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Very cool.
But other than these two, did you guys read anything else exciting?
No. I only picked up these 2 issues. I'm probably going to pick up somewhere later this week the Extraordinary X-Men, because I've been following that book. Because it has Humberto Ramos and I think Jeff Lemire.
Nice. Yeah, other than these, I got Joyride #2, but haven't read it yet. But the first issue was really good, so I'm assuming this one's gonna be good. And I got to read an advanced copy of Samurai Slasher Part 2 by Mike Garley.
Oh, yeah, and
yeah, he actually got it kickstarted. It was like practically the last hour of his Kickstarter, but it got kickstarted. And it's actually pretty good. Like it continues really well off of the first volume that he did, and he's got, I don't want to say better artists, but it fits the mood a little bit better for this new book. And he even, I guess the way the Kickstarter is gonna work, there's a whole 3D issue, so that you're gonna have like really cool like little 3D glasses you can throw on and see this samurai guy kill the U.S. military, because at one point he breaks into like an army base to steal back his samurai sword, and so he totally annihilates that branch of the military.
It's not Navy, is it?
No, I think it's like supposed to be like some kind of covert army ranger group or something like that. Like, I don't know. It's the guy is like so like funny and quirky that if you get his references, they're hilarious. Like he has like this one general that might as well be Mike Hagar from like Final Fight. I don't know if you guys remember that video game. Like
I remember two characters of it, I think.
Yeah, like Guy and Cody, and then Mike Hagar. He's supposed to be like the mayor.
One guy with the cap.
Yeah, but this one is
Terry something.
Okay, no, you're thinking Fatal Fury. The fighting
Oh,
game.
yeah.
No, I'm talking about like Final Fight, the like side scroller.
Oh, I don't remember.
You don't remember that one? Okay, it's part of Capcom, but like, yeah, he's got a guy that like he's supposed to be this military guy, and he rips off his like military blues, and he's like all buff underneath, and he's like, "I'm going to put a smackdown on you," and he is like totally brutally annihilated by the samurai slasher. And it just follows the whole '80s like. Remember when like Freddy Krueger movies got like really campy and like
Yeah.
it follows that like to the T. Like
Dream Warriors.
yeah, just like this is your brain on drugs, and he like puts it what's it called thing like kills Johnny Depp or whatever. It's just like that, like over the top, like ridiculousness. And so if you dig '80s horror and campy humor, then there's like a book you should check out. He'll probably put it on Comixology eventually. But yeah, I really like that guy, Mike Garley. He's a good dude.
That's nice. Did you guys see actually? Because we mentioned Comixology, Comixology Unlimited.
I noticed
I
that.
did. I don't like that you have to have an Amazon account.
Yeah, that sucks. I actually.
Yeah, I don't like that it's US only.
Oh, is it only US only?
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you what, man. The way they do with the link with Amazon sucks. Like,
Yeah.
I like that because I would go through PayPal, and so I could just do the one-click PayPal thing and not have to worry about it. It's in my cloud, and boom, I'm good to go with whatever digital book I want. And then when I went with Amazon, it's like I have to log into Amazon and then go through Amazon, and I'm like,
Amazon.
I don't want that. I want it on my phone. I want to just click the book I want and
Yeah.
click it, and boom, I'm reading it in my library. So I literally had to like email their tech support guy, who was really nice. He like followed me on Twitter. I was like, "Hey, you're really nice. Thank you for following me." And yeah, he was really cool. But he had to like literally like unconnect my Amazon thingy because I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to use PayPal because PayPal is just so much faster and smoother. I just click it, boom, it's done. Yeah,
Yeah,
so.
I think like the reason that it's at least not here in the Netherlands is probably because we don't usually use either Amazon that much. We have it, but it's very limited. And we don't use credit cards over here.
Okay.
Most of our like it's done through direct debit and stuff.
Okay.
Or just online, like you have this ideal payment thing.
Mm-hmm.
We can just like do one-time charges to your bank account directly.
Okay, so yeah, that's why I love PayPal because it's just boom. I don't
Yeah,
have to
it's sort of like PayPal, but it's just it links directly to your bank.
your account. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it sort of works over here because no one really here has a credit card. The only people here that have credit cards are the ones that travel to the States a lot.
Mm.
Other than that, yeah, no one
So-
has a credit.
Yeah. So it's the idea sounds cool, but I mean, so it's just supposed to be like Marvel Unlimited, but with Comixology.
But not all of the books on Comixology is part of this.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah,
It's
not
only
all the
certain.
image books.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I figured.
It's a pain in the butt because at first I looked at it, I was like, cool, I can get all the image books I want to read. I can just read through the series. And
yeah, but
limited.
it's not all the image books.
It's not all the image books. I was like, I'm not getting this. It's not worth it.
Yeah. I think it's, as far as I can tell, it's worth it if you are only interested in very indie titles.
Yeah.
Because you get a lot of indie titles.
Because I have Marvel Unlimited and I love Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah.
Because Marvel has such a vast
Library.
library.
Yeah. Dude.
And it literally has everything from the prior 6 months on. If you want to
Yeah.
read like Strange Tales #4, you can.
Yeah, it has the full library of
It
Marvel.
has the full library on it, and that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, I think it's a nice idea that they're doing it, but it's not very well done yet. So.
It's kind of half-assed.
Yeah. That's what it seemed like to me. But hey, if you're listening to us and you like it, let us know what you like about it. Maybe we'll change our minds. But
I won't.
yeah, Eric won't. Unless they like fix it, but Well, yeah, we'll see. Because that would be a
But,
smart way for DC to get involved into having their own unlimited thing. But
I think DC should have their own unlimited library.
I wish they
Yeah,
would,
just like
man.
Marvel.
Because
They should have done that like years ago, but
yeah,
Like 2 years ago when
Yeah.
Marvel came out.
when the new 52 came out, with perfect time, perfect startup point for everyone. Just go like, hey, unlimited from the new 52 onward.
It should have been an apology of Convergence. Be like, hey,
Yeah,
sorry about Convergence, but you can read everything if you want.
yeah, for free for a year because you read Convergence.
exactly.
Sort of
So,
our instead of grief counseling, you get a year free of DC library.
At least 2 months free.
I don't know. Convergence was really bad.
yeah, it was
How long
terrible.
Convergence was 3 months, so 3 months free.
Yeah, exactly. Something. There should be like 3 months for every issue you bought. Maybe, I don't know. It should be some kind of compensation for that madness that they did. So, anything else we got coming up, or that maybe we checked out this week?
Scott Snyder has confirmed that Jason Todd is the Robin that died.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's Zack Snyder. Yeah,
Zack Snyder, whatever, fucking idiot.
don't
Scott
mix the two up.
They're
One's
both
good, one's evil.
the Snyders.
both evil in my book, so it doesn't matter. They're interchangeable.
Zack Snyder is the Michael Bay of Earth 2.
Oh my god. No, that means Zack Snyder would be good in Earth 2.
No, Michael Bay is still bad. He's bad in every universe.
Oh, he's just bad in every universe.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there's nothing at least that this week that's happening.
But closing remarks on X-Men, if you've seen the trailer, you've seen the whole movie. Basically.
Dang. That's what I figured, man. I'm just there's I don't know. I'm surprised I watched Days of Future Past or whatever that was called, or Tomorrow's happening today. But
Tomorrow Never Dies?
yeah, Tomorrow Never Dies, X-Men edition. And I think for the most part, like that one just because I went in with such low expectations. But then it turns out, was that one done by a singer?
I don't
Which one?
think so.
Days of Future Past?
No.
So that's probably why I
It's,
liked it. Was it that
Brad-
Vaughn guy?
No, not Brad Bird. He does all the picture ones.
Yeah, wasn't it Vaughn? Or
I don't know.
something?
I can't remember.
Well, anyway, so I know it wasn't singer, so that's probably why I liked it.
Singer directed it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, then I don't know. He's got me all
First
confused.
Class, then?
Well, First Class, I think, is some guy named Vaughn.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vince. No, not
Vince
Vaughn.
Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn is the worst.
It would be a lot kookier if it was Vince Vaughn directing it.
It wouldn't make sense if it was directed by Vince Vaughn.
You're like, this is why this movie is the way it is. Vince Vaughn directed it. Directorial debut. But, yeah, I don't know, man. I had one friend that's going to go see it tonight.
Matthew Vaughn.
Yeah, I have a friend that went to go see it tonight, so I'm kind of curious to see what he thought about it, because I kind of think we have the same movie likes and dislikes, so I'm interested to see if he'd be like, no, check it out. But for the most part, when you like a movie, Eric, usually it's the same kind of like movie I would like. So the fact that you're like, if I watch a trailer or watch a movie, then I'm like, meh,
Yeah.
I'll red box it, I guess.
It suffers from Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll call that a show. So yeah, I don't know if anybody's working on any projects. I know I'm not.
I will be.
No.
I will be at SpaceCon in Houston, Texas,
Hey.
at the Lone Star Hero box. So come and see me. Say hello.
Yeah, so you guys are in what part of Texas is that at?
Houston.
No, Houston, Texas. Y'all in the Space Con, go say what's up to Baron himself, and check out the Lone Star comic booth.
If one person comes up to me, I will make a new more with more episode.
Boom! Do it. Somebody do it, because we need a more with more. It's one of my favorite
Just
shows.
do like a giveaway. Like anyone who mentions this podcast, like you'll give something to them.
Yeah.
I will give you.
Doesn't even have to be anything good, just
You'll get my-
anything.
You'll get my autograph if you mention this podcast.
Hey!
Or like a sticker, something simple.
You'll get Nick V's personal phone number if you.
Hey, there you go. Boom.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Direct
I'll pick up
line.
as well.
Yeah, direct line to the Netherlands if you mention this podcast.
Then when it says this is a collect call, I'll hang up.
This is a collect go.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't got anything going myself, so I should, but my week has been so busy I haven't been able to put anything together. But hopefully next week I'll jump back into the old YouTube work grind, as it were. So yeah.
I've been talking to Saul about doing a review first of all for the movie Creepshow, because we've been talking about doing that for a while. Which is the Stephen King, John Romero movie from the 80s, a bad horror movie.
Nice.
Yeah, you're a couple decades too late for that review.
Yeah, but the idea is to just sort of review like horror movies and like classics sometimes, or do which was my idea, doing old versus new, like old horror movies versus the new versions of that, like The Thing and The Mist. There's lots of these examples. The Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But like we've been trying like workshopping names here and there. Which is the funniest thing ever. We've been thinking about the last podcast on the left, but that's been taken already.
Oh no!
Podcast on Elm Street has been taken.
What?
And then he came up today with Podcast of the Corn. Instead of Children of the Corn. And I was like,
you should spell corn with a K.
Yeah.
You can talk about the rock band Korn.
There you go, and then have like
my thoughts was like, my grandfather used to have this little sort of garden at this farmer's house where he planted corn. So I know a little bit about corn, but do an entire podcast about corn is a bit much.
You have to eat corn while you do it.
Yeah, and I don't even like corn.
Well, it's cool. You should tell him to do that as your his Libsyn.
Yeah, that's probably the idea as well for it.
Very cool.
On the Libsyn. So yeah, we've just been workshopping names. At least one of the ideas was as well like I was supposed to be the second host, because the first host on the missing episode, because we're starting with episode 2. And the missing episodes, the first host like got killed by a ghost on air.
Nice.
Just crazy ideas.
I should do like a fake like little like, hey, I'm Johnny, and I'm here to tell. Oh my God, I got killed, and then that's what you guys play. That was the last footage we had of the first host, and then we got hired.
The idea is that there's some like at one point do like if I can't make it, do an episode with someone else instead of me there.
Oh, okay. And like you were murdered
and then
by.
say that's the missing episode. You recovered it. And...
Brilliant. So you guys are smart.
Then...
Now you just need a name.
Yeah. I think the last one that we came up with was Podcast of the Crypt. Instead of Tales of the Crypt. I think that was the one that wasn't taken. And
then it wasn't? Wow.
Podcast H2O.
Go for it.
Yeah, Halloween is one of those movies where you can do an old versus new, because Rob Zombie made the Halloween movies as well.
Aren't they remaking another one too? And John Carpenter coming back for it?
They're rebooting it with John Carpenter.
Yeah, John Carpenter's coming back for it. Yeah.
I think it's just a sequel.
Oh, really? Is it a sequel?
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, he's producing it. He's not directing it. And he's not writing it.
Aww.
But yeah.
Strange Tales podcast.
Yeah, that's also a possibility. Yeah. But yeah, that's coming somewhere in the future. We'll announce it when it's actually there.
Very cool.
But yeah, that should be fun.
Very cool.
Because I really like old classic horror movies. He likes those as well. So yeah,
that'd be very cool. So all right, well, I guess we'll go ahead and sign off. I'm Jake Lionheart. Thank you guys for stopping by. You guys want to chat some more, you can find me on Twitter at Jacobs_Talkbox. Eric, where can everybody find you at?
at Baron Von Comics on Twitter and Baron Von Comics Network on YouTube.
Nice. And how about you, Nick? Where can they find you on the interwebs?
Twitter, SickMindNick, and yeah, pretty much only there.
Nice. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for stopping by for this special edition of Thursday/Saturday Morning Nerds, and we'll see you guys next week. And let us know what you guys thought of Rebirth. We're pretty easy to talk to on Twitter. We usually comment pretty fast, and we'd like to get your guys' opinion on our show. So if you liked Rebirth, let us know. If you didn't, what maybe fan theories do you guys have? Hail Hydra! What do you guys think of Cap being the bad guy this whole time? And also, different things. X-Men. Hey, you heard one opinion on X-Men. What's your opinion on X-Men? Or do you guys agree with the Baron himself?
There won't be any opinions because no one's gonna go.
No one's gonna watch it. Yeah, they're like, what movie? X-Men who? So yeah, so
Yeah,
Deadpool?
it's easier if you tweet us if you want the question to be done on there. Just tweet us with like Saturday morning or SNM, like in like a hashtag or something
yeah,
that we know that it's going to be a show question. Makes it easier.
exactly. So yeah, so if you guys have questions, want to interact with us, or just tell us, just talk to us, and we're those guys where you're like, hey, this is what I thought, and we're gonna tell you right back what we thought.
Oh yeah,
and
within
apparently
minutes.
we've been really GIF happy.
Yeah.
So what will probably happen is when you ask us a question, we're just gonna send you a GIF of how we feel about whatever you're
No,
asking.
we're saying GIF. We're on
GIF.
Team GIF.
Or GIF.
I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
Team GIF because it sounds like the peanut butter. So Team Chunky and Team Smooth signing off for this episode of Saturday Morning Nerds, and we'll catch you guys next week. All right, later, everybody.
See ya.
Bye.